if I have to do one more take. Anyway, y'all like my hair? I need to get it braided because I'm about to go in with my workout. Anyway. What's up, cookies, and welcome back. And if you're new here, welcome to the fam. You're officially a Carolyn cookie at this point. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button because I think you might get comfortable around these parts. Anyway, I discuss all things fashion, and I also share some insight on being an entrepreneur living here in New York City and all the things that go along with it. But today we're going to talk about fashion, fall trends for 2023, that is. And I'm going to go off the Elle magazine list that was written by Dale Chung. And the reason why I'm choosing Elle magazine is because I have a little bit of a bias. I love Vogue, I love Harper's Bazaar, but I actually was an intern one summer at Elle magazine, so that's why I'm taking on this one. And I was the only paid intern that year. Shout out to Black Retail Action Group, thank you very much. But anyway, I had a great time and I learned a lot at that internship. And I liked how Dale put the whole thing together for her trend list. The first thing, and really I want to dive into these trends and just break them down and translate them in a way that we can choose if we want to take them in or not into our own wardrobes. And I think there's an opportunity with each trend on the list to try something new or to just reintroduce, because a lot of these things are actually we probably already have for the most part. So the first thing that Dale mentioned on the list was classic tailoring. And for me, I'm like, oh, what a no-brainer. Okay, we've been doing tailoring for the last umpteen years, okay? Maybe we were doing a bit more oversized, whereas this time around, things are slimming down. And at the end of the day, it's really we're not going to be focusing so much on oversized blazers. Even though they are living here, they're definitely staying for a while. There's just been a little bit more focus on the slimming effect, things that are just closer to the body. And even with tapered pants, pleated pants, white button down shirts that are fitted, blazers, suiting. So classic tailoring is at the forefront of this, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I like that. I don't have to buy much because we've been buying a lot of it for the last maybe 3 years. Well, not so much the last 3 years. I feel like we were definitely wearing a lot more sweats when we were locked down. But throughout all of that, I do think that a lot of fashion houses and brands were really loving the suiting era, and we're still living in it. The next major thing on the list, and I don't think we're surprised about this either, but I do think it's a little bit of a break from Barbiecore in a sense, but still within the family, is the color red. Red was all over the runways last season. Well, for fall fashion runway season. Valentino, obviously. Valentino's always going to do a red. But the way that they did it in the classic tailoring sense, these maxi dresses with button-ups and ties, I think that the way that red is going to be done this season is really refreshing. I feel like the red that we're seeing has a bit of blue behind it, so it's a crispy, punchy. I'm excited to see it with khaki colors, greens, olive greens, tan colors, camel tones, even lavender. I think red will mix really well, and I think it's going to be fun to see how some of the high street brands and the designer brands kind of translate it for us to wear. And I feel like a lot of people really can pull off red, and I feel like some people either hate red or they fear it or they love it. And I think that if you do feel fearful of it, try it, see how it makes you feel. I think I will be looking for, obviously I'm wearing red, but this is a little bit more of an orange red in real life. I'm going to be looking for high neck sweaters that are just so cozy in a really strong red color. I went to a Uniqlo event last week, and they had beautiful sweaters, cashmere and merino wool in beautiful red tones, and I'm definitely going to go scoop one of them up because I feel like a red sweater can go with so many different bottoms, but you just have to play with it. But I think it's definitely a break from the pink. I love me some pink. I love a lot of different types of pink. I'm sick of all the Barbie pink. And yes, I recently just got my hair braided because I'm about to go in for my workouts. Like, and I don't need to worry about my hair sweating out with the bob. And when I take him out, I'm going to get a fresh cut. But anyway, next on the list is dark romance. I'm thinking Wednesday Addams, a bit of seductive lace, but gothic in a sense, right? I really do like this. I don't think it's for me, but I think the lace that's involved, the drama that's involved, I think it will be fun to play with, especially during like the holiday seasons. I think it will be fun to have a little bit more of a, I feel like we've been having a lot of ruffles streaming down the sides of skirts and dresses, and it's very Y2K, but I feel like the dark romantic ruffles and lace is a little bit more intentional, and it's a little bit more like stricter. It's not flailing all over the place. It's not so soft. It's very demure and serious, and I am going to enjoy it on a lot of people. The only thing I can see myself really doing with the dark romance trend is continuing to wear like certain lacy tops or lacy skirts, and kind of going into another trend that's later on in the, but like a sheer situation. I think it'll be fun, to be honest. But as soon as I read dark romance, I was like, Wednesday Addams? Yes, I'm here for it. Because they did do, the costume, the styling for that show, and especially the women of that show, everyone looked amazing, looked very demure and dark and dramatic and just beautiful. Everything was elongated. Okay, so the next thing on the list is leather sets. So there's no surprise that leather is going to be trending for fall winter. I think leather, faux leather, is always going to be something that we're going to be able to pull out every time it gets cold outside, right? But it's interesting that they're focusing on leather sets. And I love me a good set. Like, always going to love me a set, because you can maximize the outfit. You can wear the pants with different bottoms, the bottoms with different tops. It's just, I like that a set is being like the focus of this particular material. But I think even trying it in different like bright colors would be fun, even though that's not really like what was on the list. It's a lot more neutral tone, Bordeaux's, oxbloods, browns. There's a lot of browns and burgundies, and I like that personally. But obviously black, some snakeskin, those types of things. And I think it's really fun because it's all in neutral tones, and easy to work with. I think it's fun. And the only thing I'm concerned about, I'm gonna be really honest with y'all, I love the concept and the reason behind faux leather. I just hope we get to a point where, like, and some brands, you have to pay for it, it costs more, but sometimes the faux leather smells like fish. And don't nobody want to be smelling like fish in the winter, and then you gonna have a wool puffer or fur, some type of faux fur coat over top of the faux leather that smells like fish, and it's just like you baking in the coat, and you gonna smell like baked branzino. That's my only concern about leather trends, because I know that we are doing a lot more faux leather, but sometimes the formula that they do to make the faux leather, it just smells like a full-on catfish meal. What's up with that? That's my only thing that I'm nervous about. But I do think leather sets would be fun and easy to work with, and it's going to be a blast. It's going to be a time. It's going to be a large investment for some, but I do think it will stand the test of time, and it would be leather anything over time, over seasons. Picking the right silhouette is so important, because it will never age. It will always be on point. But be careful of the silhouettes that you pick on for yourself. The fifth trend, I can't believe that this is actually still being focused on, because this was something that we saw early spring, summer, and it made sense. The no pants trend. Okay, so I'm a fan. Realistic, No, it's not a realistic thing. Like, it's not an everyday look for certain. This is definitely a trend for folks who don't have a 9 to 5, or don't really have children around them like that, or don't care if kids see them. Listen, I've seen a lot of different variations of this trend being pulled off, and some of them great, and some of them just like you really walked outside with nothing on, and it looks like you forgot your clothes. But at the end of the day, I am a fan of this trend when it's done in a classy way. I've actually done a video with this trend, wearing this trend. But I really do like wearing stockings or tights with this trend, so it does feel you have some type of pant on. I've seen a couple of off-duty models wearing this trend with literal like boxer briefs, and that was it. And I don't really love that for us. But if you want to go for it, go for it. No judgment over here. I'm just saying, like, it's not the most practical look, but it is a very eye-catching look. It's a statement. It's saying that you're bold and brave, and I love that for you. But I honestly like it with a darker tight and maybe a long coat or jacket, so you feel that your tushy is covered. And if you want to hide your hoo-ha a little bit more, you can always, you know, it's for very particular people, this trend, but it's still trending. Okay, number 6 is the sheer trend. Now, sheer is, it can be fun. I think that a lot of people hear the words sheer trend, and they're like, oh my God, like, I don't want to look like I'm naked. I think it's inappropriate. But there's so many different ways you can go about it. Yes, you can do a sheer fine material that there's no qualms, there's nothing on it, there's nothing hiding, you are totally there. And like, you know, Margiela, Prada, there's a couple of brands that did it, and it looked lovely for that model on the runway. But for real life, not so much, not for everyone, right? But then also you can do a lace sheer moment with a top and like a beautiful bra underneath it. You can do lace pants with a long blazer jacket or a long tunic over it. You know, there's ways that you can do lace and still cover up, but it's just a nice layering tool. And I think that's why I personally like the sheer trend, because there are different ways that you can use it as a texture, as a layer. I don't see it as an exposing garment. I see it as texture and character and some pizzazz. So, you know, try it out. I've spoke about this trend before because it's been trending for a while now. And I think it's fun, and I think there's so many different ways that you can do it where you won't feel uncomfortable. You know, just try it. I love this sheer trend. The 7th trend is a little, you know, like I know I like the underwear trend, I like the sheer trend, but free the nip. Look, ain't nothing wrong with nipples. A lot of people have nipples. Some people don't have nipples. But I don't know about this trend, and it's more about like framing the nip. I think I can do it where we're framing the nip and there's no slippage, right? Maybe something like what Area NYC might do with their bralettes, or Christopher Esber and his Venus detail tops, right? Those are beautiful. They don't really shift to free the nip. So when Dale wrote free the nip, I was like, so we're having nip slips? And I don't think it's that. I think we have the things right placed over it, and it's just like if you sneeze to the left, you might have a slip, but that's not the intention. It's like a almost but not, and it won't type of trend. It's not for everybody, you know, but if you like those types of bras and tops, go for it. They will be very readily available here, and I think it would be really cool to wear with like a high waist pant of sorts. I wouldn't do a underwear trend with it, because listen, you gotta have balance. But it's either want all your legs out and nothing on top is out, or your back is out and everything else is covered, or maybe a shoulder in the back. You know, I've always believed in balance, not too much, not too little, just the right amount of balance, right? So free the nip. I don't know why she said it like that, but that's all right. Now the 8th trend, full skirt. Now this is like the full A-line, bouncy, fun T-skirts. I live for this moment. I love a ladylike look. And I also think it would be fun to mix it with more masculine details or androgynous details, right? But Prada did one, the white one. Prada's last, the fall collection that they did, it reminds me of like a nurse, but like in the 1950s, very sleek, very smart, very clean aesthetic. But I liked how they did the full skirt. And I just think it's fun. I think it's fun to do it with a, you know, a crop top or a really cozy knitted sweater that meets right at the top of the waist of the skirt, just to give it some like cool silhouette and dimension. I think that it's classic. It's nice with a lady heel. If you're new here, a lady heel is basically like, oh, like a lady shoe. Like, she's sweet, she's classy, a little pump, you know, that type of thing. A lady shoe is that for me. And I don't know when I started calling it lady shoe, but I just like calling them lady shoes. But yeah, full skirt with a little lady shoe or with a sneaker. Test all the things. Try the unexpected with what you would think. You know, like, oh, you wear a T-skirt with a beautiful short sleeve button up and a lady shoe. No, instead try it with, oh, I don't know, a practice football jersey and a pair of ankle boots. Not expected. Great combination. Okay, next, another color that's going to be trending and I think is really cute, butter yellow. Like the butter on your crispy popcorn. Can y'all believe I'm allergic to corn? I can't eat popcorn anymore. It is a shame. I can't even have cornbread no more. So y'all, butter yellow is going to be on there. And to me, butter yellow is like camel's distant cousin that is from the rich side of the mountains. I don't know. I just feel like butter yellow is like buttercup. It's sweet. It's dainty. It's smoother, it's velvety. It's just how I feel when I hear the term butter yellow. It's the best Irish butter on a piece of toast. It just feels like it's gonna be so good. But again, even wearing it with the red that's trending too, I think that's gonna be really cute. But I feel like she's a neutral. Butter yellow might serve us as a neutral tone color, and I think it's going to be easy to blend her with other things, olive tones as well. But I feel like it brings a touch of delicate. Like it's a delicate color. So if you're wearing something that's a little bit rough and tough, mix in the butter yellow and it will soften the look a bit or give you harmony in the outfit. So I really am excited about that color being trending. And mixing it with the red too. The next one was cool and cozy. We're thinking shearling coats with a bit of leather, you know, just cozying up but looking edgy with it. I think that the prices of faux anything are starting to really piss me off, but I get it because they're getting better and better, right? But I've recently bought a coat from Aknavas, yes, and it is like a faux patent leather detail with big old faux fur sleeves and a collar. And it's like that this trend is to dramatize the shearling or to amplify it, like go in or go hard, right? And I think it's really beautiful with more dainty pieces underneath. And also it's like shearling and leather for the winter, she don't really go out of style. Like, we know every year Zara does a black shearling faux leather coat. Every year it falls right below your waist And she's warm, she's fluffy, she's very chic, and she can go with a lot of different personalities of people. So the cool and cozy trend, I'm here for it. We love to be cozy, especially in the Northeast. We don't like being cold. We like the cold because we can really show the fashions, but we don't really like the cold. We don't like to feel the cold. We don't like frostbite. Absolutely not. But this is a cute way to keep the frostbite out. Number 11. Now this kind of goes in with number 1, which is back to basics. The uniform, recession cores, staples that interchange at every direction very easily. You know, the other day I was thinking about getting more oversized button downs from the Gap because I've been wearing them to death, and they go with so many things. They go with very classic aesthetics, they go with very out of the box, unexpected aesthetics, and it gives a great juxtaposition in a fit, right? But yeah, I mean, think classic trenches, blazers, crew neck tees, crew neck cashmere sweaters. This is the, what's it called, quiet luxury of it all. Quiet luxury is still going strong. I know quiet luxury was such a problematic topic for a lot of people, you know, the if you know, you know, or it was like people were pooing on loud luxury or logo mania luxury. At the end of the day, it's if you like it, you like it, okay? You don't have to sugar honey iced tea on other people because they might like other things, but I liked it because personally I like to have classics in my wardrobe that I can change into other pieces that you wouldn't think are classic. I think it just creates a balance. I think fashion and your style should feel harmonious to your spirit, and I just like to have certain basics in my closet. So on days that I don't really know what to do with a statement piece that's really out of like my comfort zone, but I love something about it, I always pair it back to a classic silhouette, or a classic, like a basic. But yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised back to basics is a trend. Quiet luxury has been trending all year. I feel like we don't really want to buy things that are just for one season or one type of trending season, right? We don't want that. I think more and more when I talk to my clients, when I talk to my friends, we're buying items that are forever pieces. We're buying pieces that are forever connected to our personality and style, things that can stand the test of time, things that don't look dated in 10 years. So yeah, back to basics is really strong for me. It's high on my ranking list of trends that I want to buy into because it just makes sense over time. It's more about quality and silhouette for this particular trend, and I think that's important to understand on how to dress yourself. Number 12, I don't really understand this one. Tutti Frutti. The trend is called Tutti Frutti, and I'm looking at it now. There's a lot of fruit on clothing. For fall, it doesn't really place well for me personally, but I understand. I think that you know, people are wanting to see the fruity goodness that they love in their stomach on their sleeves, right? People are wearing banana inspired or printed clothing. I get it. Tomatoes. Listen, I get it. I just think personally it's well suited for a vacation look. Yeah, that's all I have to say about that one. Tutti Frutti. Child. The next one, this is fun. Duvet coats. We're talking about big old cozy puffer coats or quilted coats that look like you can just fall asleep in immediately. And I had a duvet looking coat from Mango years ago. It was very bright blue, and I am sad that I washed it and the cotton inside of it got all crumpled and dumpy in it. But I lived in that coat. I went everywhere in that coat. I was covered from my top of my ear all the way to my ankles. There's nothing else like that coat. I have not been able to replace it, but this season is here and they're saying duvet coats are going to be all over the place. So I'm very excited because I've been wanting one of those coats again, because I don't feel that I have a good puffer coat. All the puffer coats that I have are to my waist, and my booty is cold in the winter time, and you know, I just don't like that. I want my booty covered with my coat, so I'm looking forward to it. Rick Owens always does a beautiful puffer coat that really, it looks like a full-on duvet cover or blanket, and I think we're going to be very cozy, and I hope that that trend continues, because child, I love being buttoned up in the whole big old coat like that. Give me cozy coats anytime. That I could just fall asleep. It could be my sleeping bag. Thank you. And the last trend, let me double check. Let me look at my paperwork. Hold on. The last trend is pretty peplums. It's something about the this is how I felt about Y2K styles coming back. There are certain styles that we did in the earlier 2000s that were fun at the time, but then when you look back at it, it's like, why were we wearing business casual chic at the club? What kind of interview were we going in for? To interview the DJ? To interview a bartender? Child, I don't know. But this peplum situation reminds me of that era of us wearing business clothes to the club. However, this time around, it's a lot softer. It's lacy, it's silky. It's not jersey from Wet Seal and Delia's, okay? I don't know what we were thinking when we did peplums in these cheap fabrications back then, okay? So now they're back around, and I'm not mad at it, but I do think that peplums have a short life when they do trend. So tread lightly with that one. Do what you wish. Be mindful of the materials that you buy the pretty peplum in. And please don't wear them to the club, because I'm gonna, if I see you, I'm gonna have flashback PTSD, and it was just business casual at the club. All in all, these are trends. They come and go. And the thing is, looking at trends, it's not for people to just, oh, I need to buy everything on this trend list. No, you pick and choose what resonates with you. You also can look at a trend and translate it to your own style. I may not be a dark romance girl, but one thing I do like about it is that dark lacy bell sleeves are going to be attached to that trend. Now that I can get behind. You don't have to get behind the entire aesthetic that it's offering on this trend list. Just take what you need from it and really truthfully move what moves you. Move with what moves you. And I do think some are really fun, and I hope that some of them last long as far as, you know, staples in the fashion space, but there are some that I want them to go away, like rip it like a band-aid. I'm not a big fan of that peplum thing. I'm not a big fan of the free the nip thing, because it makes me think of Janet, and that was a whole lot of confusion that it caused. Maybe we need to rename this trend like nip hugging tops. It seems safer and it seems more loving. Nip hugging tops. Comment below and let me know what you think of my renaming of that. But yeah, I'm excited. I think I'm always excited for fall fashions and trends and doing the things. I feel like I'm gonna dabble in a lot of red this season. I'm gonna also open up to that buttery yellow, and just feel smooth with it. And I'm excited about the classics, the back to basics, and the sheer moments, you know, and wearing them in, obviously if it's cold outside, sheer is not going to be the first thing that I gravitate to. But if I have my duvet coat coming down to my ankles, I might just do a sheer moment underneath her and reveal when I get to my event there. But yeah, I'm excited for fall. I love fall clothing. And it's funny because I feel like I've shopped a lot throughout the summer with summer pieces, but fall is where I invest my time and money into really getting pieces that make sense. But I do think that I am not in need of any fall gear this winter and fall, but I think that maybe one coat, a duvet coat would do, and a really good boot. I went to one of my clients' houses today to do a wardrobe purchase, and she had such amazing pieces in her shoe collection. Oh my god, I don't know why I didn't record the shoe wall. She had a shoe wall, y'all. She had these shoe closets that were specifically made for her size of shoe. Like, she measured your shoe and she said these are the types of things that can. Anyway, she had it custom made, these shoe cavities and closets, and I was just in awe. And she had a pair of Attico like croc Bordeaux boots that I'm just like, I've got to find a pair like that. And I'm now on the hunt. I'm on a hunt for some really beautiful knee-high boots that have beautiful textures and colors, and that will never go out of style for my closet. Never go out of style for my closet. Okay? Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Comment below and let me know what your favorite trend on this list is for this season and how you're gonna wear it. And I'll see y'all next time. Also, I'm gonna be putting up a form for y'all in the community section, because I want to add another video in a week, right? I want to have 2 videos a week, and I want to get some insight on what type of content you guys want to see. And I have 4 different ideas of content, so let me know which one you resonate with the most. And who knows, if it's a 50-50 situation, then I might be doing 3 videos a week. I don't know. Let's just see how that goes, y'all. But I hope y'all have a wonderful week, and I'll see y'all later, cookies. Bye.